Hey Texas, we need to talk. Homeowners are carrying an unfair tax burden of over $1 billion every single year. And guess what? We know what the problem is and how to fix it. 2 words: property tax. Hey, wake up. Property taxes are actually a pretty big deal. It's how we support public schools, libraries, parks, emergency services, community colleges, and public hospitals. On the surface, property taxes seem to be pretty fair since they're based on the value of our property. Those who own expensive properties pay more, and those who own more modest properties pay less. At least that's how it's supposed to work. In reality, big commercial property owners pay taxes on just a fraction of their property value, leaving homeowners to make up the difference. The system is rigged. Here's how. When we regular homeowners get our property tax bill, we write a check, or we pay our property taxes along with our mortgage each month. If there's an error in the appraisal, there's a process to appeal. But these appeals are usually pretty small, and most people don't use lawyers. But for big commercial property owners, like the owners of these big skyscrapers, it's very different. Unlike regular homeowners, large commercial property owners can and often do devote a lot of resources to driving their property tax bill lower and lower and lower. The owners, well really their lawyers, argue that their buildings should be appraised for much less than their actual value on the open market, often far less than what they paid for them and far less than what they'd sell them for. Let's look at an example. In Houston, this building was purchased in 2011 for $340 million. That same year, it was initially valued by the appraisal district at just $238 million. But that wasn't quite low enough. The owner protested this valuation and got it lowered down even further to $191.5 million. This happens with building after building after building. And then, some building owners sue to lower their values even further. 2 sample studies have found that commercial property owners pay taxes on only about 60% of their value, which means about a 40% discount. When commercial property owners don't pay their fair share, that means 2 things. First, homeowners often have to make up the difference. And second, frustration about carrying an unfair tax burden erodes public support for quality local services like libraries, police, and fire departments, and the good schools we all want and need. And when things hurt our kids, our communities, that's personal. Texans deserve a fair system that doesn't force homeowners to pay more while big property owners get away with shirking their responsibility to our communities. So how can we make this happen? For the first time ever, homeowners, parents, community leaders, and elected officials are uniting to show lawmakers in Austin that it's time to change the law so that big property owners pay their fair share and stop driving down the quality of life for all of us. Those are real values, Texas values. To learn more about real values for Texas and how you can help make them happen, visit realvaluesfortexas.org.